Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Happy Friday to one and all. We hope you've had a good week and ready for the weekend. Certainly not going to be as warm and comfortable as previous weekends, but it's really seasonal. It's not going to be too bad. Chance of a little moisture here and there. We got just a trace here yesterday for a little while. Some of you may have been outside or looked out the window and saw a mix of rain and all sorts of, mixes yesterday, but really didn't amount to much.
Yeah. I think still 40s, though, right? Something like that over the weekend. I mean, gee whiz, it is January. Even that's still pretty mild, kind of.
It's certainly much different than what it could be in January. That's for sure. Let's take a look at the school lunch menus at this time. I'm going to begin with the Prairie Pioneer Center. And I apologize this morning. My voice is... the frogs are in, and when they come in, I never know what's coming up next, so bear with me here. Prairie Pioneer Center today, they're having chili, cornbread, cottage cheese, and fruit. Excuse me.
All right, Litchfield today, serving pizza today at Litchfield School.
And by the way, with the Prairie Pioneer Center, their number is 872-6121. If you would like to set up meal delivery or let them know you're new and coming in or bringing somebody with you. At Sargent today, it's chicken sandwiches, chips, baked beans, fruit cup, and milk.
All right, Thetford School today, serving chili with a cinnamon roll at Thetford.
At Cozad, it's chicken fried rice with egg roll. They're having some steamed broccoli, cheeseburgers available, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and the daily slice pizza bar also on the menu today at Cozad.
Sandhills School in Dunning serving pizza today at Sandhills.
Gothenburg Taco Burgers, Pizza Hut Pizza. Their grill station combo is the cheeseburger basket. Fresh baked combo subs also available. They're having nacho snackables, uncrustable cheese and cracker platter, Make It Fresh salad station featuring teriyaki chicken with flatbread.
All right, Loop City School today, your choice, hamburger or a hot dog at Loop City.
And Selma Myrna Public Schools, Taco Burgers, Pizza Hut Pizza, Uncrustable Cheese and Cracker Platter.
All right, Broken Bow today, Taco Burger, Cheese Pizza, Fresh Baked Zesty Combo Sub, and the Grill Station Combo at Broken Bow today is a Spicy Chicken Sandwich Basket.
Callaway Schools featuring their Nacho Bar today.
All right, last one I have is from Ansley. Ansley serving nachos for lunch today at Ansley School.
At the Arnold Schools, it's lasagna, fruit, vegetables, and milk. And at Arcadia today, chicken sandwiches on the menu with fruit, vegetables, and milk. That's your school lunch menus along with the Prairie Pioneer Center menu for this Friday, the 9th day of January, 2026. Well, we're going to be having a special guest today on the Breakfast Show. The new CEO, the new manager at Custer Public Power will be in. Brad Nowak, new general manager, will be stopping by, and we'll get to know him just a little bit better and find out a little background of what he hopes for here as he's taken over the new job here, the job that Rick Nelson held for so many years. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, be fun to visit with him and get to know him a little bit better.
We're going to be on our best behavior when he
Yes.
arrives. We're not going to harass him or anything. We're going to be...
Not on the first visit.
Well, what we'll do is we'll get a feel for it. And,
Yeah.
we'll
read the room.
Yeah. And
as they say.
If Mr. Nowak is, like okay with us goofing around, we'll do it. We probably won't. Mid-Plains Community College will be in. Casey will be up to bat today, and we're looking forward to finding out more. We have over here their latest mailing, so they've got some good things coming up at the college as well. So those are a couple of guests we're going to have. Looking forward to that. Want to talk about a couple things here. The Kristen name up in Anselmo is a very Anselmo name, as you folks know, and Doug Kristen is originally tied back to Anselmo, and every once in a while he stops by the market and mill in Anselmo and does clock repair. And I've had the opportunity to meet Doug. He stopped by here and told us kind of what he's doing here. He likes to fix clocks, so if you have a clock that needs repair, he'll do that at no cost except for the parts. If he has to have parts put in, then there'll be a charge for that, but he doesn't charge to repair them. He just likes to come to Anselmo and hang around Market and Mill, and if you want to stop by and talk to him about a clock you have, see if he can repair it, Doug would be happy to do that. That's today from 9 until 5.
Nice.
And you can have yourself a cup of coffee while you're there.
Yeah.
Also, we wanted to talk a little bit about Lola.
Lola. Lola, Lola, Lola.
She oftentimes makes deals that makes you think that she might be getting a little crazy. And she does that every week, especially on Wednesdays for her What's for Wednesday at Chapin's Interiors and Square One Boutique on the south side of the square. And she's got a sale running through Saturday right now. You can score big on all their Christmas decorations and accessories, and they have deep discounts on that. You'll find January clearance of up to 30% off winter merchandise, and they are saying here has to be some cold weather coming sometime, so they have lots of good winter styles of clothing left to choose from at Chapin's Interior and Square One Boutique, south side of the square in Broken Bow. Lola would love to have you stop in and take a look at those discounted items and take a look at everything on the floor. There's lots of different things to shop for at Chapin's. All right, some ball games last night. Everything went well.
Yeah, got to go up to Thetford. And you know what? We say this all the time, but Jeremy and myself and, well, Larry, Kirk Crawley, Jack Simpson, Coach Garner's helped us. We'll all say this, no matter where we go, we are treated so kind. And, boy, we really appreciate the relationship that we've developed with our area schools and getting to visit them on a routine basis when we cover sports. And I enjoyed being at Thetford yesterday, had Sandhills Thetford against South Loop in girls and boys basketball, and we'll be back at it tonight as we'll travel to the community of Sargent. We'll be set up at Sargent High School for Twin Loop against Ansley Litchfield in girls and boys basketball. And we'll have those games for you tonight with the girls varsity scheduled to tip at 6. Boys game will follow. It'll be radio and video for tonight's games again. Radio will be on KBBN and the video through Sandhills Express.
You're in Sargent. Would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Well, if you see John Cox,
Oh, yeah.
ask him to grow out his ponytail again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had a ponytail for a number of years.
I don't think I've ever... Yeah, I don't think I've seen John with a ponytail.
Really? He had
I
it
don't
for
think
years.
so.
He had a bet in college.
Oh, really?
One of his college mates, he bet that he would have a ponytail, I think, for 10 years after college, or maybe 5 years it was. And and he held it. He won the bet.
Uh-huh.
And then he chopped off his ponytail, and I thought he looked cool with his ponytail.
Okay. Well, if I see him tonight, I will say Dave Burney would like you to grow out your ponytail again.
Yeah, and when you come back on the air, don't maybe repeat the response that he gives you.
Okay.
I mean, unless it's nice and he says, yes, I'll do that.
All right.
Let's take a look at some birthdays today. Lots of birthdays. And by the way, happy birthday to Jeremy Shipe.
Oh.
Today is his birthday.
All right. And to celebrate, we're going to make Jeremy work.
Yes, tonight.
He's gonna go tonight and call the games with me.
Well, maybe you can get the whole the whole gymnasium to sing Jeremy happy birthday. That would
Hey,
embarrass him.
maybe. Yeah. There you go.
I think he's.
Jack's going with us. I'll tell Jack to buy Jeremy a hot dog for his birthday. I'll put that expense on Simpson.
Yeah. Let Jack pay for it.
Yeah. He's got less seniority than Jeremy and me.
Yeah, now you're talking. Anyway, happy birthday to Jeremy Shipe. He will be busy tonight with those games that Brent's been talking about. Celebrating today with lots of different stars. Crystal Gale.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if her hair's still down to her knees and if it's gray or
I
brown.
think it's like down to her ankles.
Was it her ankles?
I think so. Man, it's long. And I think it still is.
Grammy-winning country singer with that crazy long hair is the sister of the late country icon, Loretta Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
And she was very, very big in the 80s.
Don't it make your brown eyes blue?
That's one of them. She had a lot of hits. Also, Joan Baez is 85 today. Singer, activist, the Reverend folk singer came out in the 60s with songs of protest and social justice. She was a songwriter who also famously covered many other artists, including Bob Dylan, also some Bob Marley and Rolling Stones. And I think Joan had a little thing with Bob Dylan.
Oh, really?
Isn't that correct? Wasn't that in that? Yeah. They started out together on the streets of New York, I believe. Let's see here. Sean Paul is a rapper. He's 53 today.
Okay.
And Jimmy Page.
Oh, wow. There you go. Led Zeppelin.
82 today. One of the greatest rock guitarists of all time and founding the iconic rock band Led Zeppelin. Also was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice for his membership in Led Zeppelin and also the Yardbirds. That's where he got his start with the Yardbirds back in the day. So here's the Yardbirds on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Years old today. And again, as we mentioned, Jeremy Shipe's birthday today. I think he's 54.
Seriously? Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't
think.
know he was same age as me.
He won't like that, I don't think. It's also, by the way, Dave Matthews' birthday today.
Ah, there you go.
59 years old today. So those are the birthdays.
The Dave Matthews Band, 90s. They came
Yeah.
out kind of in the 90s, right?
Yeah, they're pretty strong through the 90s and even in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yesterday I was working through some new country songs and put some on the list and got them ready. I'm going to put them in the playlist today. And I really, really thought this was a whisper of hope on the country music side, because finding songs that sound country for pure country, you have to filter through a lot of songs. A lot of them sound the same and they don't sound like country. But Ella Langley has a new one out called Choosin' Texas. And I think you're going to like it. Shoes in Texas. Boy, isn't that nice. Hope you enjoyed that, folks. That's a country song. That's a real country song. Feels good. Sounds good. Time to play the game.
Okay.
And what is our prize today, Brent?
I'll give you a chance to win a free breakfast sandwich at Howdy Coffee Company today if you can answer this question correctly. Asking questions about the classic TV series Batman, which premiered on January 12th, 1966. So keep that in mind when we ask you this question, all right? We're talking about the 1966 TV version of Batman. And your question for today is, who played the role of Batman and Bruce Wayne in the TV series? Your choices are Keith Carradine, Adam West, Kirk Douglas, or William Daniels. Those are your choices. Who played the role of Batman and Bruce Wayne in the classic TV show Batman, premiering in 1966? Was it Keith Carradine, Adam West, Kirk Douglas, or William Daniels? If you know, you can call us at 872-2801.
Show.
Just want to let you know that I love the show.
I love what you guys are doing in the morning. It makes my day so much better.
KCNI, KBBN Radio.
There are many good reasons to pre-select your family memorial. During the months of January and February, Palmer Monument Company is giving you one more good reason: their annual winter sale. Come and see them today with the coupon from the newspaper and receive additional savings off their already reduced prices.
Hi, this is Chris Smith with the Palmer Monument Company. It's our goal to assist you in selecting the memorial that best fits your family needs. And with our sale, we'll save you money too.
During the annual winter sale at Palmer Monument Company in Lexington and Broken Bow. At Nebraska State Bank, they don't just work here, they live here. You'll find them on the sidelines, helping at local charities and supporting hometown businesses right alongside you. For over 100 years, they've been rooted right here, helping families and businesses grow strong. And every decision made locally by people who know your name and your goals. Whether it's helping a student start saving or a neighbor open a small business, they're proud to invest in you and in our community. Nebraska State Bank and Trust, leading, serving, growing. Member FDIC.
It is 7:53, and we have Charlene on the line. Good morning, Charlene. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
Well, good. Good to hear that. Here's Brent with your question.
Okay, Charlene, who played the role of Batman and Bruce Wayne in the classic Batman TV show that premiered in 1966? Was it Keith Carradine, Adam West, Kirk Douglas, or William Daniels?
Well, I'm taking a guess and saying Adam West.
Your guess would be correct. That's exactly who it was, Adam West. And because you've answered correctly, going to put your name on a certificate that'll get you a free breakfast sandwich at Howdy Coffee Company in Broken Bow. So come on out and see us when you can.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. 7:53 is your time. This is the beginning of the end of the world day today.
Oh.
I just wanted you to know that.
Okay.
It's the day that the iPhone was introduced to the public, and we're able to purchase that. So this is the anniversary of the iPhone in 2007. And also going back further, iTunes in 2001. The iPhone turns 19 today. The first version was unveiled on this day in 2007 when Steve Jobs put his most powerful black turtleneck on and showed it off at the World Expo. That was the beginning of the end of the world.
Yeah. Never had an iPhone. I'm a, what do they call it? A Droid guy. An Android, I guess is what I have.
I've had both.
Yeah.
They both have different advantages, I think. But the actual iPhone, I believe, came ahead of the Droids just a little bit. But
Did it?
I may be wrong on that.
Asking the wrong guy, I wouldn't know.
More importantly, today is National Static Electricity Day.
Oh, yeah, I've been celebrating that at my house recently. Every time I pull the covers back or whatever.
It's hair-raising, and you can stick a balloon to your sleeve if you rub the balloon on it. A lot of times it'll stick. And a lot of times if you just walk by and you say, "Hey, Shelley, how's it going?" You touch her on the shoulder, you really give her a shock.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Yes, it is. It can be. It can be painful, too.
Yes. can also kind of alarm you all of a
Yes,
sudden.
it can.
When we were kids, I bet maybe a lot of you out there remember doing that in the middle of the winter, especially when it was like a normal January, and there'd be a lot of static in the air, and you'd shut off the light and, rub up some electricity and see if you could make the sparks fly.
Uh-huh.
That was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was kind of.
Yeah. And you got used to the pain. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
All right, one more new one for you. I might have a couple more. This is Luke Combs' latest for you. And it's brand new, called Days Like These on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. The FBI said to be investigating after a Border Patrol agent shot a husband and wife during a traffic stop targeting alleged Venezuelan gang members in Portland, Oregon. Mayor Keith Wilson.
We know what the federal government says happened here. There was a time when we could take them at their word. That time is long past.
Agents say the driver tried to run one of them over with his car. Moment of silence ahead after an ICE agent shot and killed a driver in Minneapolis. CBS's Nicole Scango.
We've been speaking with current and former ICE agents all week. There's a lot of concern with the continued surge of federal personnel and lack of de-escalation. It's not a matter of if there'll be another incident on these streets.
Monthly jobs numbers just in. Employers added 50,000 positions in December. Those are slightly fewer than analysts had expected. Unemployment went from 4.6% to 4.4%. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times?
You're playing the lute. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Monsi Bolaños.
The college football playoff semifinal continues with the Peach Bowl on Friday night as 1-seed Indiana will be hosting 5-seed Oregon with kickoff at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. But the Miami Hurricanes are headed to the national championship after defeating the Ole Miss Rebels 31-27 in the Fiesta Bowl. Carson Beck led the way for the Canes, scoring the rushing touchdown that gave the Canes the lead with 18 seconds left on the clock. He also threw for 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Here's Miami head coach Mario Cristobal.
I want to give a ton of credit to our players. I can't even tell you how many of our guys were sick, had the flu, had issues, and all they kept talking about was we're going to find a way, we're going to find a way. So, look, we're focused on, of course, enjoying this one, but we got to get focused on 1-0 one more time.
In the NBA on Wednesday, the Jazz outscored the Mavericks 116-114.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Cloudy skies expected today with daytime highs approaching 42. Winds out of the northwest 8 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly clear skies. Tonight, lows dip down to about 18. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Tomorrow, slight chance of snow. High temperatures reach up to 41. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Whether you love them or can't stand them, surprises are a part of life. Hi, I'm Janet Lawhorn.
And I'm Tim McCaslin.
Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, and we can help you get ready for whatever life throws at you, even the welcome surprises. As your needs change, we can change what you need to do to help you end up where you want to be. And while there is never a good time to experience unexpected costs, we can work together to help you make them feel a little less unexpected. Call us at 308-872-6849 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
It's 5 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. Let's go outside with Jack Simpson and find out what it really feels like. Jack, what's it like out there?
Well, I got to say a very happy birthday to our very own Jeremy first before we get started, but it's honestly not too bad out this morning for being 17 degrees. Mostly clear, actually, now, with winds being calm, barometric pressure at 30.07, humidity 84%. Only a trace of precipitation in the last 24 hours. The precipitation for this month will stay 200s. A high yesterday of 46 with an overnight low of 18.
All right, Jack, thanks a lot. Thanks for the report.
You're welcome.
It is now 8:05. I said 8:05 before. I was a minute off. So you're getting another full minute in your life here. It's 8:05.
All right.
Right now. All right, now we're playing some new country. This is the last new one I'll play for you that I will insert into the Pure Country playlist on KCNI. This is a classic country song because it has the title and contents that most country songs include.
Oh.
This is Chris Jansen with his latest called Me and a Beer.
Okay.
Because it got beer and me and a can in it.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know if in the lyrics, though, if they should be drinking a beer while they're deer hunting, but that's just, it's just make-believe.
Yes.
All right, here's a word from Barney's.
Your friends at Varney Pharmacy in Broken Bow are proud to offer the products and service you love having on your side for the best experience possible. Leader brand products on their shelves offer great value compared to national brand equivalents, while also meeting or exceeding FDA quality standards. You can also shop a great variety of gift items and greeting cards at Varney Pharmacy. With their knowledgeable staff ready and waiting to help, Varney Pharmacy, located in downtown Broken Bow.
9 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. This is National Balloon Ascension Day, honoring America's first balloon flight back in 1793. It happened over Walnut Street in Philadelphia and was even witnessed by George Washington. Before planes, everyone thought balloons would be the way of the future, and they were, until the 1930s, 1937, when the Hindenburg crashed, making a lot of people say, maybe I'll just take the train.
And Have you ever been up in a hot air balloon?
No, I have not.
I haven't either.
Craig Kennedy, who worked here at the radio station for a few years. I don't know if you remember Craig or not.
Name's not ringing a bell.
Yep. His dad, you would see years ago floating a balloon over Broken Bow in the evenings. They were really involved in that. And then Craig also took that up himself, and I think he still flies hot air balloons down and goes down to the big gatherings they have in Arizona and different places. And he really is into that. But so I talked to him about it, but never got a ride. So. But yeah, it'd be kind of interesting.
It would be, yes. I think that would be pretty neat.
Yeah,
to
I
go
do
up
too.
in a hot air balloon and look down below.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know how it would feel looking over the basket and looking down below. I think it would. I think I'd be okay. I think it would be fun. I think I would manage it all right.
Well, I think the way to do that would be go to the Whiskey Barrel, get a bottle of champagne, and make sure that you're not the operator of the balloon.
Yeah, right.
Go up over your community, wherever you're listening from, and pop a cork.
Have a toast.
And have a toast.
There you go.
Over your community.
Yeah.
And they have it at Whiskey Barrel. You can go get some champagne, some bubbly, and go up in an air balloon if you have the chance.
Yeah.
Or just stop in for any beverage there. Stan has everyday low prices. By the way, you get free ice with purchase. And remember that Stan is adamant about keeping his coolers at just the edge of freezing. So a lot of times you're right about 28 degrees with the contents in his coolers. And you can go in and pick up, just a quick refreshment of pop. You can pick up a 6-pack of adult beverages, and it's going to be nice and cold, and you won't have to cool it off when you get home. So, and enjoy your stop there. It's a nice store, good people there. The staff is wonderful. Enjoy a great conversation and a wide selection of your favorite adult beverages. And always check out the sign on the front. Stan always has some satire up there for you to enjoy. Wanted to be sure and mention that today, on Friday, January 9th, Shirley Gatula is retiring, and they're having a retirement party for her today after 15 years of service at the Broken Bow H&R block office. Now, Shirley is just such a warm person and dedicated to whatever she does. And, of course, she loves her family and grandkids and so forth, so she's probably going to spend a little more time doing that. She's been working for many years, but you won't find a nicer person than Shirley, and she's retiring. So today, from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m., they'll have refreshments, and Shirley will be there at the Broken Bow H&R block office. So stop by and share memories and express your appreciation, and wish Shirley all the best as she begins a new chapter in her life. So congratulations, Shirley, and hope you enjoy the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we're going to switch gears here. Well, not too much. Not too much. We're going to stay on the countryside today. And I've had people say, Dave, how do you decide which day you're going to do what musically? The goal is just to make sure we're not doing the same thing every day, playing the same songs every day. So there's really no method to the madness for you folks out there who are asking. And one day you might hear some blues or rock, Americana, or some country. And I think one of the most successful crossover artists of all times is worth playing on the air.
Okay, I'm anxious to find out who it is.
You want to take a guess? Now, you got to go back a ways. I mean,
go back a ways?
This would be a guy who crossed over and was on, multiple charts in his career, and unfortunately, we lost him. He passed away, really right in his prime.
I'm going to say this. I don't think this is the guy or the artist that you're going to play, but I'm just going to throw out Eddie Rabbit.
You're a genius. You're a genius.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hey, bartender, pop the top on another can.
heal. It helps communities thrive. We continue to reimagine rural healthcare with a balance of innovation, compassion, and expertise to serve you better. And because we're supporting our friends, family, and neighbors, delivering quality care just means more. Gothenburg Health, well ahead.
A new year, new to-do list. Starting 2026 strong with the Polaris from Agland ATV. Ring in savings on the machines you rely on. Price to move at the beginning of this new year. We know there's never an off-season on the farm, so make sure you get your machine on the schedule for maintenance to keep you rolling. Agland ATV is thankful for their customers, and they look forward to a year of new adventures in 2026. Agland ATV, West Highway 2 in Broken Bow.
I don't know about you folks out there, but Saturday mornings are great for going out and having some breakfast. You know,
Yes,
like
they
about
are, yeah.
9, 10 o'clock, go out and have some breakfast. Maybe an omelet, maybe a sausage on the side, some bacon, maybe just ham and eggs or bacon and eggs. You got all kinds of choices, and I really love going out and enjoying the company of the tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed open 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily for dine-in. Now, during the work week, Monday through Friday, if you're looking for something fast as you're headed to work or whatever, from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m., don't forget the Tumbleweed will offer delicious breakfast items, including burritos, sandwiches, cinnamon rolls, biscuits, and gravy, and more ready to go. Drive through and grab a quick breakfast to go. That's available Monday through Friday from 6 to 11 a.m. Also, don't forget Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill right there at the Tumbleweed location. They're open at 5 p.m., open on the west side of the Tumbleweed. When many of the eating establishments are closed, remember Cracker Jack's is open, so stop in and grab some great food, cold drinks, and visit with friends. You'll find cheese cigars, wings, clubhouse flatbreads, burgers, and fries. They're open Monday through Saturday from 5 to 10, but you know what Carmen always says. She says the grill is on until she walks out the door. So check it out, Cracker Jack Sports Bar and Grill and the Tumbleweed Cafe in Broken Bow.
We'll be right back with Casey. Stay tuned.
Hello, I'm Chris Smith, the Palmer Monument Company. There are many good reasons to pre-select your family memorial. During the months of January and February, we are giving you one more reason, our annual winter sale. Come and see us today, and when you bring the coupon from the newspaper, receive additional savings off our already reduced prices. Our goal is to assist you in selecting the memorial that best fits your family needs, and will save you money too, during the annual winter sale at Palmer Monument Company of Broken Bow in Lexington.
Happy New Year from the Secret Garden. Celebrate the new year with savings. All Christmas decor is 50 to 60% off now. Open Friday 11:30 to 4:30 and Saturday 8:30 to 4:30. Jeremiah 29 verse 11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans to prosper you and to not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." The Secret Garden, 50 to 60% off Christmas going on now. 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and half a mile north.
Life moves at the speed of light. Don't let pain put you on pause. At Rise Rehab and Performance, we believe everyone deserves to feel their best without pain holding them back. Whether it's recovering from an injury, managing chronic pain, or just getting back to doing what you love, our expert team is here to help take the first steps toward healing. Personalized care, cutting-edge treatments, and results that speak for themselves. Rise Rehab and Performance, 872-5800. We rehab, you recover, then rise.
8:21, Casey's here from Mid-Plains Community College. He heads up things here in Broken Bow. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Dave. I see you have your postcard there. That's nice.
I do. I'm prepared today.
Wow. That's nice.
I thought it was quite interesting that this card shows chemistry.
This is kind of fun. We're trying to do some different things on our postcards, and so we try to highlight a student, we try to highlight a graduate at the end of the year, and then mid-year we decided to highlight a faculty member, and that faculty member on the front of our postcard is Dr. Aaron McLean, and he's a chemistry instructor from North Platte. And it's kind of serendipitous that he's on our card because I just had to set up a new course with him yesterday for a student who's taking chemistry here in Broken Bow. So I guess the postcard worked.
It did work. It did work. I think that shows how much Mid-Plains Community College has grown over the years. Let's go back and think about Don Davis and the little office in the library.
Yep. and having classes wherever he could find a space.
Yeah.
I remember teaching a class for Don way back in the day, before I ever even dreamed of working here. And I taught a sign language class for him in the library, in a room in the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just been quite a journey.
Quite a journey. And to offer things like chemistry and some of the things that you're able to offer now at this great facility you have, it's a great story.
Yeah, and it's a great illustration of, don't take a look at our schedule and go, oh, they don't have chemistry there. Look at our schedule and go, can you get chemistry? And that's what happened. A student literally texted me on Wednesday and said, I've been thinking about taking chemistry. Any ideas? And by yesterday, we had that class set up. She's going to come to the campus 3 days a week. She's got labs set up. Dr. McLean is really good about sending the materials that students will need for their labs over to Broken Bow. He assured me that anything he sends can be poured down the drain and won't explode. That was comforting because I was a little nervous handling chemicals, but it's been great. And we just periodically update our cabinet. And so students can really get a great experience without leaving home. We've had a student go all the way through organic chemistry.
Gosh.
Here in Broken Bow. So
that's great.
That's rare because, as you can imagine, there's not a lot of students that want to take organic chemistry, but it's possible. So,
that's right here.
Yeah.
So this time of year, you've got the card out, and you've got 4-credit and non-credit classes. You want to go through some of those?
Well, I do, because we've got some coming up here in January. Some new classes. I love to bring new stuff because sometimes it does feel like you kind of do the same things over and over again. But we've got some new things coming up here in January. On the 16th, that would be next week already, I believe. We've got a class called Device Dynamics, and this is really learning all about your cell phone. Now, I mentioned off the air that I got a new phone over the break. I believe I was coerced into getting that new phone. I did not plan on doing that, but my husband talked me into it. So I was left with a new phone. Now, I have enjoyed the new phone, but it is a learning curve to get used to. And when we were in the store, getting the phone, there was a gal in there who had never had a smartphone before. And I thought she needs to come to our class.
Yeah.
Because the folks down at Verizon are actually going to teach this class or guide you through how to really get the most out of your phone. I mean, I know, I have this in my pocket all day and I use it for social media and a calculator mostly,
Yes. Yeah.
But what else can you do? And how can you stay safe and use a device that will enhance your life? So that's going to be next week on January 16th, 12 to 4. So bring your lunch and learn all about your cell phone. So, and no specific phone needed. You can have an Android or an iPhone. They will go over both.
Okay, good.
There you go.
All right.
A little bit later in January, this is our class spotlight for this quarter. But we have a gentleman by the name of Darren Dale. He is from, I believe, the Imperial area, down in that area. And Darren he's got quite the story. If you would like to read more about him and his journey, his website is listed there, and it's called winnerswin.net. And Darren is what I would call him a business coach. He has started several business businesses, sold them successfully, and he is bringing that knowledge and information to entrepreneurs out there that might want to start in on their own adventures. So on the 28th, he is going to do 2 different sessions. Now, I mentioned Darren was quite the guy. He has got a lot of talents, and one of those is he started his own podcast also. Do you listen to podcasts, Dave?
When I get home, Joan is listening to one most of the time when she's doing her exercises and different things. And I don't personally do the podcast, but I get a kind of an overflow.
There you go. Well, podcasts are a lot of fun. If you start, you can really get into them, and you can find a podcast for everything. Anything you're interested in, you put a search in, and you're going to find somebody who's talking about it. But Darren has started his own successful podcast, and at noon on the 28th of January, all of this is happening on January 28th, but from noon to 1, so again, bring your lunch. Darren is going to teach a short class on how to best get your podcast started if you're interested. It is possible. You with a little bit of equipment and a few ideas, you can start a podcast. And really, like I said, there's a podcast for everything. If you are interested in football, you're going to find a lot of people talking about football. But if you're interested in, collecting porcelain tea jars or something, I don't know what it is, there's somebody out there talking about it. So don't think that you are too boring. Everybody has something to say. So Darren's going to talk a little bit about podcasts from noon to 1 that day. And then that evening, he's going to hang around for the afternoon. That evening from 5 to 8, he is holding a class called Jumpstart Your Business Journey. And this is just what it sounds like. Promotion, business plans, funding options, how to establish an LLC, kind of the get going of starting a business. So again, check out Dale and his Darren Dale and his story on his website. It's winnerswin.net. And join us on the 28th.
Okay.
It's going to be a fun day.
Great opportunity there. All right.
Yeah.
All right. And then you have credit classes available. Some of these already underway.
Well, Mr. Garner started this week.
Oh, he already started.
Yeah, but otherwise, classes start on Monday. So we are going to be ready to go first thing Monday morning. We're going to start. Our very first class will be chemistry.
Okay.
8 o'clock Monday morning.
All right. Now, why is my card flat and yours is, what happened to it?
Well, I think children, and it was on the back seat of my car, and my dog was having a fit last night on the way home, and all of the above.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But you know what? What it does is it speaks to the quality of the postcard.
I mean,
that you send out, because it's still intact.
Exactly. If it can survive a Labrador who has smelled a deer,
there you go.
It can survive anything.
Still, the information is good, right?
Yes, absolutely. Right. Check out our postcard and give us a call if you're interested in any of the classes that we offer. 872-5259.
All right. Thank you, Casey.
Thanks.
It's good to see you. We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN Radio.
2 raffles and 2 big chances to win at the Custer County Ag Society Winter Ball, happening Saturday the 24th in Broken Bow. You won't want to miss out. You could win an OZ Bar Precision Custom 22-250 rifle or $2,500 in landscaping from Sun Valley Landscaping. Raffle tickets are $50 each, with only 200 sold per prize. Winners will be drawn Saturday the 24th at the Winter Ball. Message the Custer County Fairgrounds Facebook page or contact any Ag Society member for tickets. You do not have to be present to win.
No matter where your schedule takes you, stay up to date on your bank accounts. Sign up for mobile or online banking with Bruning Bank to keep track of your accounts anywhere, anytime. At home, the gym, grocery store, day or night. Secure your banking and take control to deposit checks, transfer between accounts, view transactions, check balances, and set up automatic payments with Bill Pay. Ready to simplify your life? Download the app or visit bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
In Nebraska, honesty and integrity matter. These are the values local broadcasters live by. When others try to divide and mislead, You need a source you can trust that knows your hometown. Nebraska broadcasters aren't just voices on your radio and faces on your screen. We're your neighbors, focused on improving the communities we call home, providing verified information you can trust. KCNI, KBBN, and the Nebraska Broadcasters Association, serving our community, committed to truth. You're listening to The Breakfast Show on a Friday. Thanks for doing that. You're listening to KCNI, KBBN Radio, Broken Bow, Nebraska. As promised, we have our next guest in, and we have Taryn here from Custer Public Power. Good morning, young lady.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am doing good.
Good.
And you?
Good. We're excited because we have a very special first-time guest in the studio. Would you want to introduce our guest?
Yes, Custer Public Power is proud to present our new general manager, Brad Nowak.
Brad, welcome.
Well, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone.
It's good to have you in. We discussed our behavior earlier this morning. We're going to be as professional as we can and not be goofing around. We have a tendency to do that once in a while. So we're going to be spot on this time, Brad, so don't worry about it, okay?
Okay, sounds
Now,
good.
he's hoping that you might go off on some bunny trails so he doesn't have to fill up the whole 30 minutes. So.
Okay. Well,
we could probably do that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't tell you how relevant it would be to what we're going to be talking about, but it's good to have you in. I guess to start with, Brad, we have a little information about your previous endeavors in the electricity business, but to kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe where you grew up, how you got into this field.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am a Texan, born and raised, so hopefully nobody holds that against me, but I have dedicated my career to the utility industry. Right out of college, I started at a utility, and I've worked at some of the different styles, the IOUs, co-ops, municipalities, things like that, doing various different jobs and worked my way up. It's an industry that I really enjoy. I've learned a lot. I've taken great pride in what we've been able to accomplish and things like that.
So all of that in the state of Texas, Brad, or did you move around a little bit?
I did move around a little bit. Started, of course, there in Texas. Actually, my hometown co-op, which are really close, very similar to public power districts. There's some differences, but very similar. But I started at my hometown co-op and then started to just kind of spread out. Spent the first 5 or 6 years there in Texas, and then my wife and I got a bit of interest in trying a different part of the country, so we moved to Madison, Wisconsin. So I spent 11 years there and got introduced to what winter really is, and certainly what snow is. And then we did go back to Texas for a period, and now I'm here, and real happy to be here.
Good. Was that a bit of a culture shock from Texas to Madison, Wisconsin?
It absolutely was. Thankfully, the people were very warm, inviting, and helped us, get settled. But definitely a culture shock, mainly with the weather.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed my time there. It was a great state with a lot of great people, and but we had some things happening that took us back to Texas for a period of time,
Mm-hmm.
but. Now I'm ready to, try a different part of the country again, and, Nebraska was certainly high on that list.
Yeah, right in the middle, so you're good to go.
Absolutely, right in the middle.
No doubt about that. One of the things, I guess, Taryn, you can jump in here too, that we've talked about over the years with Rick is, well, let's start with the light switch over there. We walk in, we turn on the lights, and we don't think a thing about when the light comes on. And maybe this is why you love this industry so much, but it's got to be a challenge at times. But if it doesn't come on, we freak out. We don't know what to do. If we don't have electricity, we really have a lot of things that won't happen, right? So
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is a good place to remind all of our customers to have their emergency kits ready, their flashlights and batteries handy. If they're one of our customers, their account number or their meter number. Because you don't want to be fumbling around in the dark trying to find that information to call to report an outage.
Yeah, and we've been, knock on wood, talk about an open winter so far. We just haven't had.
I've told Brad, I kind of warned him, April and May kind of are our ice months and usually our biggest outages. I'm not wanting, I got wood, I'm going to knock on wood, just so we're not jinxing ourselves.
Yeah, you think a lot of times January, December, it can happen, but most of the history of knocking poles down and having power outages for quite a while has been in early spring.
Yep, and galloping lines and all of that.
Yeah. How does that compare, Brad, to Texas, where you were located, as far as weather-related challenges?
The biggest challenge we had in North Texas, where I was most recently, was tornadoes. Occasionally in that, February, maybe late January, there could be some ice wreaking havoc, but it'll be a little bit different. But certainly what I did experience during my time over in Wisconsin, there were some ice storms and different snowstorms. Of course, the snow's a little more friendly to the utilities. It doesn't weigh the lines down and cause as much damage. So ice is unfortunate, but it does happen, and we will do our best to try and anticipate those storms when they're coming and be prepared, make sure we've got crews rested and ready to go, and equipment, material, whatever we need. So it can be a challenge, but it's part of it.
Yeah, I think I'm safe in saying that, and I think Taryn would agree, that the crews that you will be working with are top notch here. So I think you're going to enjoy that part of it.
Absolutely. This is just ending my first week, so I'm very fresh in that regard. But I have met most of them. I'm not sure I've met quite all of them, but I've met most. And what a great group of guys. They're very dedicated to their craft. They're good at what they do, and they care about the customers. Like you mentioned, flipping that light switch. It's as important to them as it is to you that when you do flip that switch, the light does come on. And the rest of our employees too. That was one of the things that attracted me to this opportunity, was simply the employees. I mean, no matter what their job function is, they take it and do it with great pride. And me, I really appreciate that.
Good. Just so you know, the full disclosure here, Brad, Brent's really partial to the front office there. He has his wife Shelley is in the front office at Custer Public Power, and he thinks that she's, I think probably the smartest person in the world, don't you, Brad?
You better be careful on this and say yes.
Thanks for setting me up there, Dave. My goodness, how do you respond to that? I think everybody there is top notch.
Oh,
how about that?
That's good. Yeah.
And now we need to explain a little bit more on Brent's family history too, because in PPD, right? Your dad.
Yes. My dad worked for Nebraska Public Power for, oh boy, Dad's good. I'm pretty sure over 30 years, if not close to 40, and was based in Loop City and retired several years ago now. So yes, public power runs very deep in my family roots, I guess you could say. Yeah.
I'm going to go back to the front office for a moment, Ben. I don't want to make you nervous.
Okay.
But, everything has to work together.
Yeah.
We all know that in any kind of business, Brad, but the people who, they used to call them paper pushers, but now it's, keyboard people and the bookkeepers and the people that keep that section of it going, so important as part of the team, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. We see the linemen, and the linemen do a very important job, but it honestly takes the entire organization, every employee, no matter what your job function is, to make this thing go. From ordering the material to balancing the books to handling the customer inquiries, it certainly takes everyone. And I'd like to say this too, as I was learning more about Custer, one thing that I did notice and learned was just how well the board and every single employee has set this organization up. So for me, coming in from the outside, not really knowing much about the history, not really knowing the people, it made it a lot easier for me to, and I'm not there yet, but it's making it a lot easier for me to learn some of the critical aspects of the organization, some of the critical projects that are happening right now and initiatives, and I'm really thankful for that. But long before they ever knew me, they were putting in this extra work to set this organization on the right track, and I'm so thankful for that.
Yeah, well, it's a great story. And, of course, Taryn will be working with you in April and the whole crew, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So with that, we're talking about the CSRs and Shelley. Angie wanted me to remind everybody, particularly irrigation, if you have account updates like name changes, renter changes, lease changes. I don't know if our school land, if we have any changes on that. I don't know if we're into that change this year. But if you have changes on your accounts for names, addresses, phone numbers, now is a very good time to be calling and asking for the ladies up front to get those counts up to date on information.
Okay.
That way we know who we need to contact.
Yeah. Brad, is North Texas really, I would assume, very agriculturally motivated there?
There's a lot of ranching, but I was in the metro area, so the utility that I worked at prior was just on the west side of Fort Worth and even had some service territory within the city limits, so I was very urban. And, I went from DFW to here, and some people may question that, but honestly, the rural setting, the rural communities is really what I was craving. I grew up very rural out in the country in more central Texas. And, the as I'd say, the hustle and bustle of the DFW life can be a little bit overwhelming, and, it has gotten crowded and everything. And so certainly I'm having to adjust, but it's an adjustment that I'm happy to make.
Well, Brent moved to Arkansas a number of years ago, and
for a couple of years.
Yeah, a couple of years. And I know that was kind of your thoughts that you passed to me. That is so crazy. So many people, and it's kind of crazy. So he came back.
Yeah. Brad, I was going to ask you. So as you come to Custer, in your first week, as you're getting to know the Custer and everything that they do, is it fairly similar to where you come from, or are there aspects of Custer Public Power that are maybe a little bit different or new?
There are certainly some new aspects, particularly, with bonds and different things like that. But thankfully, the public power districts and Custer specifically are really similar to co-ops. They're run very similarly with the boards and the staff. And so I have worked at an IOU, which, it's an investor-owned utility, and their priorities are primarily with the stakeholders, not so much with the customers. And I'm certainly not saying there's anything wrong with their model, but I really enjoy the cooperative or the public power district where the customers are the owners and they really have a stake in the organization. And so I'm really thankful for that. So structurally speaking, it's very similar to what I came from. And same thing operationally. There's a lot of similarities with, you've got your stakers that go and meet with the customers and figure out what their plans are and kind of follow through that whole process all the way to construction. And I've noticed here at Custer, a lot of construction and staking engineering is all done in-house, which is another thing that I'm happy about. I've come from some organizations that rely heavily on contractors, and that certainly has its place, and there's times for that, but I really love when things are done in-house. I think there's more accountability there. People take pride in their work, and they do what they can to try to help the customers. So it is very similar.
Yeah. And I noticed, too, on the little bit of information we had on you, Brad, is that system improvements and planning for reliability has been your background, which certainly fits in nicely with what you just spoke of.
Absolutely. It's a delicate balance between, the budget that it takes to improve your lines and upgrade, but also making sure that you're taking care of your customers. Nobody, as we again have already talked about, nobody wants an outage, and neither do we. I assure you that. But as I start to better understand our system and things, we'll look at some of the maybe feeders that aren't performing as well as other certain areas and try to identify what that reason is and see what we can do to try to, work with the landowners, work with the customers to try to figure out what we can do to really make some improvements. Because reliability and system improvement is high on our priority list.
And being a public power provider, also then, I hate to use this word because it's not a very popular word these days, but there is some state politics involved and all the way to D.C. involved as to how you're allowed to operate. I would imagine a public power has to abide by all and every rule, where a private provider may have a little more leeway there. Is that something that you can talk about?
Yeah, certainly. So coming into Nebraska, I have to familiarize myself with some of those specifics, things that are specific to the state. But there is utility management on the national level and then also on the state level with utility commissions or public service commissions that do look out for the end user. And regardless of which model of the utility, you still have to follow those. But certainly, Nebraska is unique, and I'm really interested in the story of why Nebraska decided to establish the public power districts and everything, and it really shows me that forward thinking that the state had at that time, and I'm really impressed with that. And certainly I'm going to spend the next weeks and months trying to better understand that and make sure that Custer is doing what we have to stay in line with that.
We just tipped his toes into that puddle yesterday on Chapter 70 and state statutes, and he's got a month before we go to our legislative banquet and stuff, and I just showed him the website where he can go to watch for hearings and watch them and see what the calendar says. So we just touched on that yesterday.
Well, I'm sure there's more to come on that, and the flexibility that public power providers have to have, depending on the pendulum politically swinging back and forth, can change things from every 4 years, in some cases less than that. So I'm sure that's going to be a challenge, but interesting. As far as the history goes, Taryn, I think Nebraska does have a really cool story about how we come to have Custer Public Power and NPPD and all that.
Yeah, George Norris, when he set up the public power and saw where the TVA was going and how there was a disparity for rural areas, we are so fortunate that he saw that.
Yes.
And he took it upon to make the initiative push for public power in Nebraska. I mean, we are the only state in the United States that's 100% public power. Our cities, our villages, everything, and it's for the rural people. It recognizes our ranchers. The openness that we so much embrace here. Yeah. It takes care of us and assures us that we will be taken care of out here.
Yeah, I always think of this story during that time period when people were hanging a side of beef out in the barn and curing it with salt and had to fry everything so it wouldn't spoil because they didn't have refrigerators that would cool their food and keep it safe. Lives were saved when electricity was dispersed out here in this part of the country.
The longevity of rural women increased because they weren't having to worry about food, the housekeeping, helping out on the ranches and the farms and stuff. It brought in, refrigeration, washing machines, all the common things now that we take for granted. And it's hard to believe that, with us being established in 1944, still in early 1953, we had some areas and some customers who are still trying to get electricity to their homesteads.
Yeah. And they were hooked up for free, I think, if they could get it to them, right?
I would have to check in on that.
I think so.
But I believe you're right on the initial lines going out.
Yeah, my grandmother turned it down. On Rhino Table, she turned down the hookup to public power because she believed it was evil.
Oh, okay, that brings up, I had kind of my grandparents, there's a perspective.
You can
there.
relate to that?
I can relate to that.
So
yeah.
on continued the wood-burning stove and the coal stove and the propane refrigerator and all of those things, the kerosene lanterns, which as a kid was kind of cool to be around, but it was setting time back.
As a teenager, Bernie, that did not work for hair or anything like that, right?
Right. Well, did that kind of catch your eye, Brad, when you kind of looked into this in Nebraska, the only one of its kind here in the United States?
It did. It absolutely did. And the first thing I started to do was trying to research and understand that history, at least the best that I could, but also the differences. I knew early on that public power districts here are very similar to co-ops, but like I said, I wanted to understand exactly where they were different and see kind of how I could maybe work with that and help improve things, basically.
Cool. Any other questions there?
I don't think so. I had a question for Taryn, but
Okay.
I didn't know if you were ready to transition to that or.
I might think of something along the way.
All right.
Is this going to be easy?
It is going to be
Okay,
easy.
okay.
This is what we call a softball, Taryn.
Okay,
for you.
I'm not-
You're
you've
gonna
not
be
seen
able-
me- you've
you're
not
gonna
seen
be
me
able to-
try to play
You're going to be able to
softball.
hit this out of the park. I always love what you guys do with the STEM trailer.
Oh, this has
All
been
right.
that we are kind of in limbo, and I have blocked off some time with Brad to discuss this. And we're still, all the schools have their VEX robotics. So as we were going through this limbo, I wanted to get that in hand. I've been working with NPPD, and I found out that they are sponsoring the big competition robotics for open competitions. And the VEX does statewide and national, and we Nebraska even hosted the International VEX Robotics Competition in Omaha 3 years ago, I believe. So it's growing, and we are NPPD is really trying to nurture this. And I've got some schools interested in the competition one. I'm going to go watch my first robotic competition. I'm going to do the plug for the Duster Dome Challenge in Holdridge, January 31st. So I'm going to go down and watch the big robotics, just kind of get a feel for it, because that's kind of where we're going to make it more manageable, because the STEM trailer has evolved. We've had it like 9 years. And it is a really good outreach for me for scholarships and for our camp and for the Washington, D.C., and to share the public power story. So it gets me into the schools. But we also want to help them. So I'm going to be working with the schools, trying to figure this out, the direction of how they want to go with the VEX, or if they even want to do this, if this is something they want just to have in-house to play, or if they want to try to get that robotics team going and nurture it to the competition level.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a really good thing.
It has been good. And our technology that we had and what Governor Rickett did with the DYTI while his tenure was there was amazing. It helped. And technology changes so fast, and not having that grant to continue it has really kind of been the challenge, because technology is expensive. And that's why we've kind of gone to the VEX, because there's all kinds of levels for it. It is a United States-based program. So you get somebody, I think they're out of Texas, when you call them to get help. And they have the curriculum for the teachers on their website. So they can integrate it into the programming and what they have to do for the state school curriculum. So that's kind of where we're headed. So the schools have their things in-house. I'm helping a couple schools get hooked up with NPPD so they can see if they can get one of the open competitions, and starting to check out what we have in the area, because it's moving its way from eastern Nebraska, is now in Holdridge and Kearney. And my goal is I would like to see it a competition up in our service territory.
Nice.
Great. That'd be great. Good question, Brad. Brad, with that thought in mind, in your previous positions, were your entities involved in things like this as far as community involvement? Is that something that you're going to be involved in or follow?
Yes, absolutely. Depending on the different territories, some of the utilities that I did work at had different challenges. But yes, for as Taryn said, we haven't quite dug into that yet, and I'm still trying to understand and learn that history with the grants and everything. But absolutely, I'm very supportive of STEM and trying to get that into the schools and help our next generation, build the skills and experience different things. So, we can just continue to grow our society.
Yeah. And Taryn, promoting the job opportunities in this field. I know that that's been done for a number of years, getting kids interns and
yes,
positions
we
and so
still,
forth.
our internship is full. We have a lot of scholarships. Going to remind everybody, if you think you want to be a lineman, our schools have a waiting list. If you're a sophomore and you really think you want to be a utility lineman, you need to go apply, get on that waiting list. You can always tell them no if you change your mind as senior year, but your senior year, you're probably not going to get into a school. And we have held one scholarship over because the young man did not get bumped up on that waiting list. So we're holding the scholarship for him, letting him, he's doing his program, he's doing other classes, staying in school, and then hopefully next year he's in and he can use that scholarship. Scholarship deadline is March 1st. So if you need to swing by, you can find it on our website. You can swing by. There's one at the front desk up in our little magazine section area. Calendar, pictures. If you've got photos, please be sending those in because we are already looking at the 2027 calendar.
Oh, wow.
So scholarships, that's big.
It's important.
Yeah, so that deadline's coming up.
Okay. I bet you're going to be amazed, but we're almost out of time, Brad. It went pretty fast.
It did go very fast, honestly.
I tried to tell him because he was like a little nervous. 30 minutes.
I was just thinking about with our conversation here, honestly. We appreciate you coming in because you've just been here a short period of time and you're trying to learn all these things, and then to have you in and ask you these questions, it seems a little unfair, actually. But it's evident and clear that you're ready to dive into all of this, and it's going to be a really fun challenge for you, I would think.
I believe so, yes. I'm extremely excited, happy to be here. I'm starting to meet with individual department heads to talk about some of their projects, and that's the exciting part for me is seeing where some of my experiences can maybe help them navigate some of their challenges. Certainly, nobody has all the answers, and we're going to seek out experts where we need to and try to figure out what's ultimately best for Custer as a whole. But it's nice to see learn from their experiences, and then of course bring my experiences into it, and try to make the best decisions we can.
It's very exciting. We're glad that you stopped by to see us. I'd have to ask this question, Brad, and I'd hesitate to do it because it could cause some friction. But what's your favorite sport?
I told him he needed a Herbie Husker on his shelf.
Yeah, I'll go football with the favorite sport.
Now I'm going to stay with the pros because Brent over here he's like freaking out because of the Bears and Packers game on Saturday. He's a big Bears fan.
Okay.
Or do you have a pro team that you like to follow?
Not as much as maybe when I was younger. Of course, I grew up a Dallas Cowboy fan through and through, watched it with my dad, every Sunday. That has faded a little bit, of course, when I was in Wisconsin. I had to make sure I either supported the Packers or no one.
I can't believe Dave brought us down this road because before you left, that was going to be my question. If you spent time in Madison, Wisconsin, did you become a Packer fan?
I did not.
Okay, what a great hire, Custer Public Power. Way to go. So coming from Texas, the next important question is, are we a Longhorn, an Aggie, a Red Raider, or no affiliation?
Well, it depends if the wounds have healed from the volleyball tournament. But I did not attend the university, but I am a Texas A&M fan, not a Longhorn. I went to Sam Houston State, which is a smaller state university there, but as long as the wounds have healed, I will say that I'm a Texas A&M
There
Aggie.
you go.
Well, I can tell this is going to work out. No friction over the Packers here. It's all going to be good. Taryn, any last thoughts before we close?
I need to remind people to check out our rebates. April said that the gardening ones, the chainsaw, some of the winter tools, those have opened up. So, reach out to April in the office, check out our website, you can look for rebates.
Okay. Thanks so much for coming in. It's really nice to meet you. And
You as well.
Look forward to working with you in the future. Of course, when we do have stormy weather and, significant ice and snowfall, we're always here to get the word out along with your social media platforms, Brad. So we'll do anything we need to do to keep people safe out there. And I know that's what your goal is.
Absolutely. That is our goal. Try to be as proactive as we can and limit the downtime, the outages. But we appreciate you being willing to help us get the message out.
All right. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We'll take a time out with the news.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. People in Minneapolis will be listening closely when officials provide an update next hour on the ICE shooting this week that killed a mother of 3 in her car. CBS's Usher Qureshi.
They are hopeful that the FBI will be more transparent and provide some information to the public that will satisfy them.
Employers added a fewer than expected 50,000 jobs in December. CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
The sectors that were expected to produce jobs continue to do so. Healthcare added 21,000 jobs. Social assistance jobs, 17,000.
The military says U.S. forces boarded another oil tanker in the Caribbean today. It comes as President Trump gets set to meet with top oil executives. CBS's Weijia Jiang from the White House.
The president says that these American companies are going to invest tens of billions of dollars into Venezuela to fix its crumbling oil infrastructure.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
I remember brushing my hair and looking down and thinking, oh my gosh, do I have any hair left?
I used to look at women with thick, beautiful hair and think, why doesn't my hair look like that?
My thinning hair is making me feel so old.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. With clinically proven ingredients like apple extract, biotin, and millet, Hair Volume nourishes your hair follicles to promote thicker, healthier-looking hair. Say goodbye to shedding, thin, and dull hair, and hello to thick, healthy hair with Hair Volume.
Since taking Hair Volume, the shedding has all but stopped.
Now, instead of being jealous of other women's hair, I have friends who are jealous of mine.
My hairdresser couldn't believe the difference in my hair. Now she's using Hair Volume too.
Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com, or find Hair Volume in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Monsi Bolaños.
The college football playoff semifinal continues with the Peach Bowl on Friday night as 1-seed Indiana will be hosting 5-seed Oregon with kickoff at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. But the Miami Hurricanes are headed to the national championship after defeating the Ole Miss Rebels 31-27 in the Fiesta Bowl. Carson Beck led the way for the Canes, scoring the rushing touchdown that gave the Canes the lead with 18 seconds left on the clock. He also threw for 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Here's Miami head coach Mario Cristobal.
I want to give a ton of credit to our players. I can't even tell you how many of our guys were sick, had the flu, had issues, and all they kept talking about was we're going to find a way, we're going to find a way. So, look, we're focused on, of course, enjoying this one, but we got to get focused on 1-0 one more time.
In the NBA on Wednesday, the Jazz outscored the Mavericks 116-114.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Cloudy skies expected today with daytime highs approaching 42. Winds out of the northwest, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Mainly clear skies. Tonight, lows dip down to about 18. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Tomorrow, slight chance of snow. High temperatures reach up to 41. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Whether you're fueling up your ride, yourself, or your cooler, Trotter's Woe and Go is there for you with 24-hour pumps, food, ice cream, beer, ice, and more. With locations in Broken Bow, Myrna, Sargent, and beyond, you're never far away from a Trotter's.
It is 19 degrees outside under a mostly sunny sky. Skies have cleared, winds are calm, barometric pressure is rising at 30.09, humidity at 87%. High temperature yesterday, 46, with an overnight low of 18. Sunset today at 5:27. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 8:04. Just a trace of precipitation this morning from some flurries, a little bit of sleet, mixed rain yesterday, but didn't last very long and didn't put much in the gauge. So we have a trace. So we're holding at 200s precipitation so far in this month of January. Eddie Rabbit gone too far. We're playing Eddie today because he was probably, we believe, here at the Breakfast Show, one of the most successful crossover artists from country to pop. I wouldn't say rock, but pop. And that was in the 1980s, and I felt like he had a lot of music left to give to us before we lost him, unfortunately. So I'm kind of enjoying that. Well, I do have some Joan Baez, since it's her birthday, I'll play to conclude the show.
Nice.
Great cover of They Drove Old Dixie Down for you. She's a history maker, so we're going to play that at the end of the show. In the meantime, I want to just let you know I just went to the effort to sing happy birthday to Jeremy Shipe over on the other side, in the office side. I went through the whole thing, put my heart into it, and then Brent says, no, he's not over there. He's in Studio A over there. So
I could have stopped you, but because I knew he wasn't back at his office area. But I'm like, no, I'm just going to let Dave sing the whole thing. And I just want you to know, I thought you did a fantastic job. You sounded very good.
Well, thanks. I won't try it again today. I'll just have to wish Jeremy a happy birthday by saying happy birthday. And Jeremy will be celebrating his birthday tonight with Brent at Sargent, covering basketball.
That's right. Yeah, we'll be in Sargent tonight for a girls and boys basketball doubleheader. Twin Loop against Ansley Litchfield. Girls game tipping at 6. Boys game will follow. It'll be radio and video tonight, so we'll have the radio on KBBN FM, and then we'll have the live video stream available through Sandhills Express Facebook and YouTube, so you can watch it, accompanied by the radio call tonight. And then don't forget, tomorrow it's a big day for us. We're going to travel to Kearney, and we have 2 area teams competing in this year's Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. Mullen will be playing in the showcase, and they will be starting the day against Arapahoe, so we'll be on the air with you bright and early tomorrow morning from Kearney High School as Mullen will take on Arapahoe at 8:50 in the morning. That's the scheduled tip time, so we'll have that for you tomorrow morning. And then later in the afternoon, Broken Bow will take the court and take on Fort Calhoun at the Nebraska Girls Basketball Showcase. Tip for that game is scheduled for 3:30. We'll broadcast it as well as the Mullen game on KBBN 95.3 FM tomorrow.
Here's more Eddie Rabbit on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Wonderful service there. She is retiring, and they're having a retirement gathering for her today, starting at 3 o'clock until 6 p.m. at the Broken Bow H&R Block office, and they'll have some refreshments and so forth, but it'll be your chance to congratulate Shirley and share some memories and have some fun. Congratulations, Shirley, on your retirement. Brent and Dave with you here on The Breakfast Show. I was just looking here about future activities. Blood drive on Monday at the Cozad High School from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. There's also Alzheimer's Support Group on Wednesday the 14th from noon until 1 at Custer Care Center. And bring your own craft night on Monday at the Broken Bow Library from 5 until 6:30 on Thursday the 15th. The 15th of the month already.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? Almost midway through January now, we can say.
Well, I'm so excited about Saturday night. I'm really excited for the Pack, and I'm hoping that the Packers will come away with.
Don't go there. Seriously,
they're the only.
You're gonna now become a Packers fan.
I was always a Packers fan.
Oh, goodness.
I've always been a Packers fan. I didn't like Rodgers' statements when he kind of lied about his vaccination. And that's when I kind of dropped him. That's the only reason I quit being a Packers fan. And he was a Packer at that time. That's the only reason. And the Packers are the only professional football team owned by their fans. That's cool. And I'm rooting for them on Saturday night. I got to tell you that right now.
I've always been the kind of man who doesn't believe in strings. Long-term obligations are just
With Status Herbicide is your frontline post-emergence application and combined with Zidua SC herbicide in a tank mix for a long-lasting residual. Talk to your BASF representative about Status Herbicide. Always read and follow label directions.
9:22. What I love about the Packers fans is when they really started the celebration after a touchdown where the players jump up and hang on the fence with the fans, and they pat their helmet and their shoulder pads and everything, and they give the fans some love. That started with the Packers, and all the other teams copied the Packers on that.
Oh, man, you are taking every bit of self-control that I have right now.
Well, let me just kind of mellow you out then.
Okay.
With Joan Baez, who is 85 years young today, with her cover of the classic The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down, with that wonderful folk style that she has. Here she is on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. I think. There it is. Yeah. Here we go.
Virgil Kane is my name, and I drove on the day.
Covered that song as well, but they actually, according to your research, wrote it and released it.
Yeah, that's what Wikipedia says.
Well, we'll hope that it's correct.
It says it was originally recorded by the band, released on their second album in 1969, is what this says.
I should have known that, but I thought it was an old song that they, that's the first time you really remembered it being released was by the band, but I thought it probably went back to, maybe past the Civil War days or something. And I don't know where they got the lyrics, but it's a good song.
Yeah.
It's a good song. Well, we hope that you folks out there are prepared for a wonderful weekend. It's going to be a little cooler, maybe see a little snow here and there. And, of course, just remember that when you're rooting for your team, whatever team it is, maybe college ball or professional football, just remember it's just a game. And let's just hope the better teams win.
Yes, that's what I'm hoping for.
Oh, boy. We're going to close a little early today before I get in too much trouble. And we want to thank you for listening this week. Maybe we don't say it enough, but we do appreciate your listenership. I've always said this, and it's a fairly simple phrase, but it wouldn't be any fun without you. So Thank you so much. And thanks to all the businesses who support KCNI, KBBN, and have been doing that since 1949 for KCNI and 1982 for KBBN. We appreciate you.
Yep.
That's the show.